A lovely morning and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the ICU TV's Breakfast Show. Remember, we come to your screens every Monday, Wednesday, as well as Friday. Beautiful stuff, and we are glad that you have decided to let us into your houses, on your phones, in your vehicles, and of course, do not watch while you are driving. I am your host, Mishek Njakwa Edgars, and I'm not alone on set. I am with the one and only my Tumbuka sister. Good morning.
Good morning, Mishek. How are you? It's good to be back on the show.
It's good to be back on the show. The one and only Ruth J. Nirongo.
Ruth J. Nirongo.
Where have you been?
I've been around. I missed you guys so much.
I'm sure that viewer missed you as well. Good to be here with you. I've just missed having these conversations with you.
Yeah, it's so good to be back. And yeah, we're going to have a great show because we have a lot of stories that are lined up.
And I need to say something to the viewers. This outfit was not planned at all.
I just thought of wearing black, and I came here and I found him wearing black.
And I'm like,
it's just a tribal thing.
I think, yeah, a tribal thing, a sibling thing. And tell us what you think. And we kickstart this morning's show with just explaining a few things that we think are on our minds. What's on your mind?
The Agriculture and Commercial Show.
Oh, good Lord.
You know, when we were young, we used to go there and would paint monthly. And I'm looking forward to that. You know, that thing doesn't make people grow. It always feels like you're going back to being young, you know, the fun and everything. So I'm looking forward to it for this year.
I think I'm also looking forward to the show now that you've talked about it, especially the train.
Yeah.
The train.
The horses.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
But feel free to just make use of the comment section and tell us what is on your mind this morning, and we'll be able to read these comments live and direct from our Lusaka studios located in Lusaka's Chalala Rockfield area off Shantumbu Road. And in case you're just joining us right now, this is the ICU TV's Breakfast Show. A great lineup of event is, let me just say this show is pregnant with lots of entertainment, starting from the news updates, the conversations with guests, the newspaper headlines, as well as
social media trends.
Exactly. So stay tuned as we will be able to unpack the show on the other side.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the
to School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434. The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to the ICU TV's Wednesday edition of the Breakfast Show. And right about now, we get straight into what is happening in the world of news. Ruth?
Okay, so our first story for today is the Department of Immigration says preparations for the official commissioning of its new headquarters in Lusaka are almost complete. Director General Dr. Japhet M. Moshomwa today inspected the facility an expressed certification with the complete works. Beauty Nkonde has more in the report.
The Department of Immigration is set to begin a new chapter with the completion of its modern headquarters in Lusaka. Director General Dr. Japhet M. Lishomwa has inspected the new facility ahead of its official commissioning, describing it as a major step in improving service delivery and working conditions for officers. During the inspection, Dr. Lishomwa toured key operational areas of the 6-story building and commended the technical team and all stakeholders for their dedication in completing the long-awaited project. He noted that the project was conceived in 2010 with construction beginning in 2012 before stalling in 2014. Works resumed in December 2024, leading to the completion of the modern facility. He said the new headquarters will provide a safer working environment for officers while improving services for the public. The facility features expanded office space, improved parking, modern customer service areas, and conference facilities that are expected to improve efficiency, reduce congestion, and strengthen service delivery. The official commissioning is expected to take place soon. For ICU TV News, I am Beauty Nkonde.
That was Beauty Nkonde giving us that lovely report. So, Mishek, just a brief comment on it. I feel this initiative will actually help bring job employment and improve the department of operations for them to be like efficient. You know, what do you think about it?
Well, it's a step in the right direction, development. And if we see the new immigration headquarters, this is also promoting multilateral relations and the traveling in and out of people from different countries, which is good in the economy. And this is a great one because a lot of people, as you have said, it's a job opportunity. Yes. New immigration will need a lot of people in various sectors, and I think congratulations to those that will get jobs. And indeed, it's one Zambia, one nation, one people at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I know that this is going to actually strengthen the border management.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, you are still watching the ICU TV's Breakfast Show, and feel free to tell us your take on the news updates that we are giving you right here and right now. A fatal traffic accident has claimed one life and left 8 other people injured near Mtetezi Junction, about 17 kilometers east of Katete Boma along the Great East Road. Now, ICU TV's Precious Banda brings us more in this report.
Ngozi pakati pakatete na chipata nditu yachitika anecho aimotoka panupunukamba nditu apa ngakale maliro so tangocho santembota ikapanja pala nditu.
A fatal traffic road accident has claimed 1 life and left 8 other people injured near Mtetezi Junction, about 17 kilometers east of Katete Boma along the Great East Road. Eastern Province Police Commissioner Robertson Mwemba said the accident happened around 21 hours on Monday, 27th July 2026. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Nathan Simomba of Chanida Border, who was driving a Toyota Corolla. He sustained fatal head injuries and died on the spot. Mr. Mwemba said the other vehicle involved was a Toyota Sienta driven by a 21-year-old Martin Jerry of Highbex compound in Katete, who suffered a fractured left leg, while 7 other passengers sustained serious injuries. All the injured are receiving treatment at St. Francis Mission Hospital. Preliminary investigations indicate that the Toyota Corolla driver failed to keep to his correct lane, crossed into the opposite lane and collided head-on with the oncoming Toyota Sienta. Police have since launched investigations into the accident. Precious Banda reporting for ICU TV News.
Sad development all the way from Chipata, and indeed condolences to the bereaved family. And I think it is high time we took it upon ourselves. This is not just a job of the motorists or the Road Transport and Safety Agency. Yeah. Road safety is a shared responsibility.
Exactly. So the road safety has always been on the authorities' mouth for like a long time. You know, observe the traffic lights, or observe all the lights on the road. Make sure that you don't overspeed. But I don't know why we get to rush to.
Exactly. Like, why? And please, let's try by all means to observe the rules, and this is really sad.
Yeah, it's
This
very,
is so sad.
very sad. You know, we're losing people every day, and it's very sad.
And it's sad that it's mostly these busiest roads,
Yes.
and in this case it is the Great East Road, and we're just continuing to call upon the necessary interventions, and in an event where we see that these authorities are doing their best to see to it that they curb these accidents, let's just cooperate. It's a situation where constantly you are cleaning the house and somebody's constantly missing, so we
Missing, yeah.
go nowhere. So we take another break, and when we come back, we dive into the conversation of the day with our guest. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
we won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory.
We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
we won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
we won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
we won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of Humanities.
We won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion, we aim to achieve a future so bright, with more to believe. We're building
Are the best graduating students, masters in the School of
We
Humanities.
won't be denied. From Lusaka to the world, we stand tall and strong.
Hi, I'm Genea Moyo, and I am ICU.
We're rising high with education. We are the dreamers reaching for the sky. At ICU, together we will rise. With knowledge and passion.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to the ICU TV's Wednesday edition of the Breakfast Show. And remember, in our preamble, we promised that this show is pregnant with lots of information ranging from the news updates, the conversations with the guests, of which it is at that particular time. Now, joining me in studio is Mr. Cheswa Peter Kapasa, the coordinator of the Beyond the Classroom. We now turn our focus to an important question. Why should students choose the Information and Communications University? As the higher education continues to evolve, employers are looking for beyond academic qualifications. They are seeking graduates who possess practical competences, industry experience, and the ability to solve all real-world challenges. The Information and Communications University ICU has embraced this vision through its flagship initiative known as the Beyond the Classroom, a transformative program that places students in real working environments where they gain practical experience, develop industry-ready skills, and graduate with confidence to compete both locally as well as internationally. Now, to help us understand more about Beyond the Classroom initiative, Mr. Kapasa is among those coordinating the program, and he is joining me on set right now to get more insight. Sir, welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Mishek. Thank you, and it's good to make my first appearance on this platform, the Breakfast Show. Happy to be here.
Happy to host you as well. Now, tell us, for somebody who is just understanding or hearing of the word Beyond the Classroom, what is it and why?
First of all, one of the reasons why prospective students and those that are looking for an institution to go and do their higher education, Beyond the Classroom is one of the reasons why you or anyone else must stay at the Information and Communications University or must enroll at the Information and Communications University, because this is a competence-based program that is going beyond classroom theory, but also investing a little much more in practice. And some of the practical courses that we have developed have a vision to take students out of the classroom and going to do much more practice out there in the field. Beyond the Classroom is an initiative that we've developed to help students think beyond just what the lecturer says in a classroom. We want to give students an experience to do the actual stuff. We want to give students an experience to perform beyond what we call attachments. Every university, of course, will send students for their attachments in their final year and so on. But this program is one that has been designed as a startup program. As soon as you get into the Information and Communications University, as soon as you enroll into the university, you are placed on the Beyond the Classroom program. This is a practical approach to how we are handling some of the courses here at the Information and Communications University. So it's a program that has come to set us apart as an institution. We are taking students in the actual field, and we are not doing it in the last year of study. We are doing it starting from the time that they get to the university in their first year. You learn how to get into the field and produce results. So beyond the classroom is basically just that: practice, practice, practice.
Oh, yeah. And conversations from the Higher Education Authority continue to emphasize competence-based degrees. Like, a degree is not just enough.
Yeah,
they need the evidence of what the actual graduate is able to bring to the table. Now, just highlight one of the ways through which beyond the classroom is distinct from the traditional internship and attachments.
Well, I mean, that's why I mentioned earlier that when you look at the general, what has been going on in terms of higher education, I know that the higher education now is talking about competence-based curriculum. The Information and Communications University started doing some of these competence-based assessments or engaging the competence-based curriculum for the longest of time. We have been leading in this Beyond the Classroom initiative, and the Beyond the Classroom initiative is taking students from the normal environment of learning in a lecture room to learning much more with what we're calling practical assignments. We're doing much more of practical assignments, we're doing more of practical tests, we are embedding practicals much more in the curriculum, and so that becomes competence-based. That becomes one of the things that the government has been preaching, that we need to move from just classroom knowledge to much more of what students can actually do. We want students to perform in the field of mining. We want students to perform in the field of agriculture. When you look at some of the things that we're able to do at the Information and Communications University, you realize things like mining. Mining is a very broad school, and so one of the things that even government has been talking about is how much we need to harness from the mining opportunities in the country. You know that artisanal mining for a long time has been one that has been talked about. The Information Communications University is harnessing just the artisanal short courses that you yourself remember have covered before. Artisanal mining is one that we are is helping expose students. You're talking mineral identification, you're talking legal procedures in terms of mining, environmental protection. We are taking students from the classroom and we take them to actual sites to learn from the actual sites, to learn from the actual laboratories. When you talk about agriculture, for instance, as a school, we are taking students to actual fields. We want students to actually produce some of the things that they've been able to learn. We take them to farms. We put them on attachment. Within the first year of study, they are already producing products. They are already producing what some agricultural incentives that the country at large will be able to produce. When I take you to the School of Architecture, for instance, the students also are having lots of practical assignments there. We want the practicability of these courses to be not just something that we talk about, but we want it to be a real world experience. That's what the Information and Communications University is all about.
I'm glad that you've touched on the importance of exposure from an early stage, from the first semester all the way to the field after graduation. Now, take us through how many students so far have benefited from the Beyond the Classroom initiative at ICU.
There's so many students benefiting from the Beyond the Classroom initiative, because this initiative is here and part of the curriculum that the university has created. Beyond the Classroom, when you hear Beyond the Classroom, it is not an event. It is embedded in the systems, in the learning processes of the university, and so everyone is a beneficiary. Every student who enrolls at the Information and Communications University will experience some sort of practical learning. Every other course, they will experience not the ordinary learning in a classroom. Yes, they will get a bit of some theory, but 80% of what we're trying to do is that this Beyond the Classroom initiative is one that will sort of create a competence-based assessment plan for the students. And so I think it's a great initiative. It's a great initiative, and we could say hundreds of students will benefit. Notably, there's some students that have already, I could say, even gone beyond just benefiting within the confines of the school. There are students that have traveled outside the country to show us if this Beyond the Classroom initiative is working. There are students like Natasha Kawisha, for instance. She went to attend an international cyber security competition in Namibia early this year. Just her performance at that particular cybersecurity competition shows how much our schools in the field of cybersecurity are performing. Because when you perform exceptionally well at a competition and at an international level like that, then you realize that, oh, okay, so this initiative must have started even way before. I mean, Natasha is one that has really made us proud, and she traveled to Namibia for that particular competition. Look at what our students in the forensics department are doing. They handed over a cybersecurity solution or software to help the Zambia Police Service curb crime. This is not information that I'm giving which is hearsay. You could see from the pictures, of course, on your screen, of some of the equipment that was handed over to the Zambia Police Service. So the students went to meet the the commissioners of police at the Zambia Police headquarters. We handed over this tried and tested software system that is able to track when your phone is lost and so on. You're able to track all these things through students, through our own skills, and that's what Beyond the Classroom is all about. From classroom theory to actually producing and doing the actual stuff. Can you produce softwares? Can you show us that this is equipment that can work? This is systems that can work. Imagine handing over systems to the Zambia Police Service. That, I can tell you, will contribute to national development for the country.
Great initiative indeed. Now, tell us a few things about the Department of Media Studies, where we've also seen a number of students traveling locally as well as internationally under the same project.
Well, Beyond the Classroom is an initiative that is seeking to identify talented students that are hungry to perform. It is trying to harness the skills of the students. And so when students learn the theory in a classroom, we want to take them now outside the classroom and see how much can they perform from what little they've learned in theory. Beyond the Classroom is an initiative that will give hands-on training to students. You talk about media studies, for instance. The School of Media and Communications, or in the School of Humanities, and particularly Media Studies, Media and Journalism and Media, whichever way you want to put it. This is a very practical course. Journalism is a very practical course. Journalism is one that will need students to produce actual content. It is not one that will just make you sit in a classroom and listen much more. Yes, you must get the theory and you must understand the ethics and media ethics and so on. But 80% of the time, Beyond the Classroom is exposing students to actual real-world class reporting. We are taking students beyond the classroom to report on international assignments. We're taking students to report even in local assignments. We are helping students start to learn how to do investigative journalism. Beyond the Classroom is investing much more in helping students know how to present news ideas in a newsroom, how to present breakfast shows like yourself, how to do actual breakfast show scripts, how to do current affairs scripts, how to do coverage in the field, how do you talk to sources, how do you protect your sources and things like that. So this initiative is really one that is interesting, especially in the field of journalism. We've seen yourself travel to Ghana to attend the, I think it was the Sustainable African Youth SDG Summit. Exceptional job that you did. Yourself as a student are here on the Breakfast Show presenting. It means that you are not just in a classroom, you are doing the actual field reporting, you're doing the actual learning. And so when students graduate, or before they graduate in the 4th year, we don't want to start taking them to attachments just in their last year. When you start or you join journalism school at the Information and Communications University, within your first year of study, you begin to do the actual field work. You begin to learn how to present news ideas. You begin to learn how to present on a breakfast show. You begin to learn how to conduct interviews. You begin to learn how to protect your sources, how to speak to sources in the field, how to cross over to events, how to do live reporting. All these have been embedded in the Beyond the Classroom initiative as a program that will set our journalism students apart. We have the latest, before I talk about the latest, we have Miriam Gamani, for instance, who traveled to South Africa. She traveled to Johannesburg. The other time she traveled to Cape Town, and the university facilitated her travel to this country to report at the African Mining Indaba, and where the president was even guest of honor. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema even met our student Miriam Gamani as pictures that you see. I mean, imagine a student is a young student who is flown out of the country to actually do her practicals in Cape Town at an actual event. So the practicals are that we are giving to the students are not unreal practicals or are not fake practicals. We give actual events. Favor Moyo, as we speak, is in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa. She is covering the World Public Summit. That is an actual event. That's an actual event that is taking place. And so the practice is within that particular event that she is handling today. And so there's many other students that will travel. In fact, this week we've got a student traveling to Nigeria on Friday morning. Trust Muhao is one of the students also that is doing quite a lot in terms of research and so on. So he will be also attending an actual event, and he will need to bring back results to his lecturers and say, this is what I've been able to produce. So Beyond the Classroom is a very a big initiative for students, not just here, but for students that would want to come and join the Information and Communications University. That's part of the things that you need to be thinking of. Imagine doing the actual field work outside Zambia, the actual field work in a mine, the actual field work if you are in the School of Business, the actual field work if you are in the School of Agriculture, actual field work when you are in media producing news reports. In fact, this ICU TV channel is one that has set us apart in terms of training students for journalism, because you are here 24/7 to report, to do the breakfast show, to do the news, and the things that you learn in a classroom, you are producing them here. So pretty much that's what Beyond the Classroom really has done for ICU.
Now, as we wrap up, and I must say that is an insightful way of just positioning ourselves as an institution. There are parents and students watching us right now. They are still asking questions with regards to why they should still join the Information and Communications University, and what's next after Beyond the Classroom project. Maybe a message to them.
Well, I mean, Beyond the Classroom is here to stay. Beyond the Classroom is an initiative that is identifying students, that is taking students out of their comfort zones in a classroom and taking them much more into the field. So 80% of learning at the Information and Communications University will happen in the field. If you are in the School of Mining, learning artisanal mining as a short course, for instance, students go to sites, students go and do the actual mineral identification and so on. If you are in agriculture, we have students that are producing actual agricultural products that are contributing to the country's food basket. You have students in cybersecurity that have produced actual softwares handed over to the Zambia Police Service. That is national development. You've got students who are in the media studies department like yourself, who have traveled to Ghana, Miriam, who has traveled to South Africa to do stories about the president, actual stories, not stories that we depict. You have students that have traveled to Ethiopia yesterday to do actual stories at an international level. Your child must come to the Information and Communications University, because here they will get exposed, here they will get real training, here they will learn what is beyond the classroom. That's just pretty much why students must come to the Information and Communications University. I kid you not, this university is among the leading universities in innovation, and so we are going beyond just training in a classroom, but we are investing much more in the competence-based skills, just like the Ministry of Higher Education is telling us. We've gone already beyond that, just like the name itself, beyond the classroom.
Mr. Kabasa, thank you so much for creating time to speak to us on the Breakfast Show.
Thank you for having me, and we hope that students and those that are intending to enroll, if you're still thinking about a university that you need to go to, think about that one student here that's traveled outside the country to report on an actual TV assignment. Think about that student that has actually been to an actual mine. Think about that student that is actually doing actual business in the School of Business. Think about that student that is in the School of Agriculture doing the actual agriculture production. So I need you to think about that, and as an institution, we are proud of the products that we have produced, because we are not just training, but we have students that have contributed now to national development, and so we are all enjoying from the same national cake. And so we look forward to many of the students that we are going to expose out there.
Thank you so much once again. That was Mr. Cheswa Kapasa, the coordinator of the Beyond the Classroom initiative at the Information and Communications University. Now, he has offloaded reasons, a billion reasons, as to why you need to enroll. Are you a prospective student, or are you a parent? Are you a professional wishing to harness your qualification? The Information and Communications University, located in Lusaka's Chalala Rockfield area off Shantumbu Road, is here to be that solution. And you're still watching the ICU TV's Breakfast Show with me, Mishek Njakwa Edgars. Let's take a break and stay tuned for the rest of the show.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you for still staying with us. We are still watching the ICU TV Wednesday audition for a breakfast show, and that was our guest, Mr. Cheswa, the coordinator of Beyond the Classroom. That was a very great conversation, Mishek.
And indeed, it's an impactful conversation, and let me just re-echo some of the things that stood out for me. The importance of just not having a degree, but also having the evidence
Yes.
the practical need for that particular degree.
Exactly, because when you go in the industry these days, they need experience.
Definitely.
So ICU is actually offering that, and it's a very good initiative, because when you go in the industry, students will be able to put up the practical aspect that they learned at school. So I love the initiative of being in the classroom.
Indeed, and you are still watching the ICU TV's Wednesday edition of the Breakfast Show. Right about now, we jump into the newspaper headlines as of today. Ruth?
Okay, so this is from the News Diggers. Ballots arrive today. Feeding pupils has reduced worries and sharpened focus.
I love the fact that the most important, we are few days, I think 15 days away from the general elections, and the ballot papers have arrived in the country. And I hope our viewer watching us right now, do you have a voter's card?
Do you have a voter's card? You have to have one, so that you should vote for a leader. Not when people vote, you start saying, no, we didn't want this one, but you didn't cast your vote.
You did not vote. You did not vote.
Don't complain.
In
So
fact,
you have to vote.
In fact, I think let's promote a culture of only having conversations related to national development with people who vote.
Exactly.
I've got a voter's card.
I do have a voter's card. Do you have?
Do you have a voter's card? So for that and more, feel free to get yourself a newspaper, News Diggers, dated today, or better still, you can access it online, right?
Yeah, you can access it. It's only 5 kwacha.
Only 5 kwacha.
Only
5 kwacha. So let me also look at what is happening in the Zambia Daily Mail. Tonse ill prepared to unseat UPND. That is a statement coming all the way from Kavimba. For that and more, I think they can read on their own.
Yeah, 5 kwacha only, like we say. 5
kwacha only. And another headline from the newspaper, Zambia Daily Mail, is South PS Monze dies. Condolences.
Yeah, my condolences too. Yesterday I was reading through the comment section, and people were saying he was a very hardworking man. He fought for the southern people, like he did do that. So it's a very sad development for the country and the people in the southern province.
Well, indeed, it is a sad development, and condolences, and of course the government as well as the relevant authorities have taken it up, and for more updates we will be able to update you as and when information from relevant authorities is issued.
Yes, just stay glued to our page. We'll be able to give you all the information that the authorities actually release.
We take a break and we will dive into your favorite segment,
social media trends.
Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We're live on ICU, which is our Facebook page and our YouTube page. Like we said before we went on a break, we said we're coming back with what you really love, which is our social media trend. So our first story is Toera Kaira. So Toya Kaya ties the knot with her husband Charles Siami after 2 weeks of the Grand Chilanga Molido. It was really a grand Chilanga.
It was a big event.
It was good, like the outfit, the purple deco, her dress, you know.
In fact, dresses.
Yeah, the dresses.
Good Lord.
Like she looked so beautiful. I actually loved the whole thing.
I love the fact that the entire entertainment industry just went all out for Toela.
Exactly.
And this shows what kind of a person she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of people calling their friends fake, especially by committee. A lot of women out there took it to the comment sections to just call their committees fake just because they saw a check of 130,500 as a contribution from Toela Kaira's committee.
Too, you know what? The reason why people went out in the comment section is, let me say, I'm having a Chilangamudi, right? And I put people, like 30 people in a committee, but you'd find only 10 people will be able to fulfill the commitment, like pay and be there, you know. But for Toela, it seemed like everyone was there. Like everyone supported her.
Everyone supported her. I think I took to my social media. In fact, let me not say my social media because I'm not a social media person. I took to my WhatsApp to say a lot of people took it personal, but this should be a point of reflection to say, what kind of a person are you?
Yes.
Do you invest in relationships and friendships with people? Are you there when you are called upon? And one thing that I made mention of is the fact that Toela is Toela. She's Toela.
She's
young sister, young sister to King Booga and lyrical sensei. I mean, that means a lot on itself.
Exactly.
Not to say when you put us in your committee, Ruth, aho tukazonga and muka making of a sure nga fyakuja kukabe fyakuja muka tupire fyakuja nga kabe fyakuja but
so, away from the Chilanga Mulilo, 2 weeks later she gave us the wedding, you know, all black and gold.
All black and gold. And I loved Kanina's dance.
You know, I could feel like she was so happy for the friend. There's just something real about those two, yeah? I just loved it, the way she was happy, the way she was dancing, you know, Cleo's performance. I love the performance that she did with Chilewan. I don't know, that's a new song?
That's a new song that she did, and I remember dancing to that song on radio. And you know what, in case... that song, consider that song for a wedding.
Yes, I really loved it.
The song is lit, and I think I love the fact that, well, I may not be exposed to Toela's husband, but I feel they've complemented each other.
Yes.
Just seen from the way he's been, you know, carrying himself, especially in public. Valeshana doing the performance, and I was like, okay, we should have book no Loshani. And of course, moving on to our next story, a wanted suspect known as Asela Omunonga, linked to a violent crime wave across Western Province, was shot dead last Friday by police in Kashumba Market area. There was a guy in Western Province. This guy was, you know, he was all over. He was all over, and I remember just after his passing, I remember seeing a screenshot from what he took to his social media to say Tabaka Moikate. And one thing that we forget is we feel like the Zambia Police Service don't do their job until you are on the other side of the law. Well, Zambia is small. They'll get rid of you like nobody's business, and I think this should also serve as a lesson to just keep it harmonious, keep it peaceful, and keep it low.
Yeah, we should keep it low. We should at least avoid crime at all means. Yeah, because once those guys catch you, trust me, they don't have any mercy. And if you are really, really a problem, like you just like bother them, and you know, they'll definitely pound on you.
Definitely, and you do not want to be in that situation. And on a sad trend, Tishon lost his wife.
Oh yeah, Tishon lost his wife, and that's actually a sad moment for him and the families. Our condolences, and I heard they'll be burying tomorrow, Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll be burying tomorrow, Thursday, and yeah, it's actually a sad development for him and the family.
Sad development indeed. Stay tuned to ICU TV for updates with regards to the burial and anything necessary. We join the family to just, sending our messages of condolence. Tishon is somebody that has been the voice in the entertainment industry, speaking against social vices and just seeing to it that he's giving us timely music.
Yeah, he gave us timely music. He made us dance, to his dancehall music, and yeah, it's actually a sad development for him.
Yeah, we are at the point where I personally don't like the point we are at right now, announcing our departure.
But we have to go.
But we
really love to stay with you people. We really love to read your comments. We just love being with you, but it's just time for us to go.
We're going to look for more content to bring to you on Friday in the news. This afternoon at 12 hours.
Yeah, we do have
20
news
hours.
at 12 hours and 20 hours. And today we do have ICU here on our Facebook page, which is at 16 hours. Tomorrow, Thursday, we have Artbeat at 16 hours. And Friday, we have Sports Smart. So you have a lot of entertainment coming to you. The news, the entertainment will just be keeping you informed and inspired.
I have been your host, Mishek Njakwa Edgars.
And I have been your co-host, Ruth Nyurongo. Thank you for being with us, and see you next Friday.
Friday.
What am I saying next week? I want to go to the weekend already.
I know, right? Weekend ready.
Yeah, see you on Friday, on a Friday audition of the Breakfast Show. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.